Before we get into this, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the Red Verdict is where we break down the stories the media won't tell you straight. What you're about to see is disturbing, serious, and raises questions that every American should be asking right now. A video released by the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia on April 30, 2026 is now circulating, and it reportedly shows the alleged shooter connected to the incident surrounding the White House Correspondents' Dinner on April 24 and 25. Now, let's slow this down and focus on the facts as they're being presented. The video is being used as part of an official narrative from federal prosecutors. That matters, because this isn't just social media speculation, this is material coming from a government investigation. At the same time, we need to be clear, the word alleged is important. Until there is a conviction in court, that's the standard. From what's being described, the footage appears to track the suspects' movements around the time of the event, likely piecing together a timeline of where they were, what they were doing, and how this situation unfolded. That's typically how prosecutors build a case: visual evidence, combined with witness accounts and forensic data. But here's where I'm going to step in and say what a lot of people are thinking. How does an incident like this even get close to happening at one of the most high-profile events in the country? We're talking about a gathering that includes journalists, politicians, high-ranking officials, sometimes even the President of the United States. Security at an event like the White House Correspondents' Dinner is supposed to be airtight. Layers of screening, coordination between agencies, controlled access points. This isn't supposed to be a soft target. So when a video like this comes out, it doesn't just raise questions about the suspect. It raises serious questions about security protocols. Were there warning signs? Were there intelligence gaps? Was this a failure of coordination? Those are questions that deserve real answers, not vague assurances. Now, let's talk about how this will likely be covered. You're going to see two extremes. One side will rush to conclusions, politicize it immediately, and try to fit it into a broader narrative. The other side may downplay it or avoid digging into uncomfortable questions about how this happened in the first place. What we need is neither of those. We need facts, transparency, and accountability. Because here's the reality: when security fails at the highest levels, it's not just about one event. It's about what that failure says regarding preparedness going forward. And there's another point that needs to be made clearly: violence, especially in political or high-profile environments, cannot become normalized. It doesn't matter who the target is, what the motive is, or what side of the political aisle is involved. Once that line gets blurred, the consequences ripple across the entire country. Now, from a right-leaning perspective, this is where the conversation has to stay grounded. Law and order matters, security matters, and accountability matters. But so does due process. We don't jump to conclusions before the facts are fully established. We don't let narratives outrun evidence. That's how you maintain credibility. And that's how you actually get to the truth. So as more details come out, because they will, you need to watch carefully. Watch what's confirmed, watch what's speculation, and watch who is trying to shape the story before all the facts are on the table. Because in situations like this, the truth doesn't just matter, it's everything. If you want clear, direct analysis without the noise, subscribe to the Red Verdict. We're going to keep following this story as it develops.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and First Lady Melania Trump.
Good evening to everyone. President Trump, Madam First Lady, on behalf of the White House Correspondents Association, thank you for being here. We have a big night ahead, and we're going to get started now. So enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Down, stay down, stay down. Stay down.
Pandemonium has erupted after a security incident in which we saw Secret Service and other forms of security rush into the room after what now appear to be reports of shots being fired. What we saw was a quick rush to the stage where President Trump was sitting, and the president and his wife Melania were escorted off stage, and then we saw additional security come surveying the room and taking cabinet members and other top government officials out of the area.
It all happened so quickly that before we knew it, most of the head table had been whisked out of the room, and the scene took a few minutes to clear before people felt secure enough to get up and walk around.
Nobody was hurt. He and the First Lady, the cabinet, everybody's safe. He said earlier tonight that journalism is a public service, because I saw all of you reporting, and that's what we do.
Right now, I'm outside of the hotel. There's a lot of law enforcement presence here. Lots of police vehicles, helicopters overhead, as blocks and blocks are blocked off, as cars cannot get anywhere near the hotel at the moment, as the Secret Service and other law enforcement are investigating what happened tonight.
A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly. Nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. It's part of the job. It is a dangerous, I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. But I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done.